Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It's Sunday, March 15th. Welcome. Beware the Ides of March. It's one of the few things I remember from high school. I hope everybody's had a good week. It's been pretty good here, mostly just going to work, so there's that. I've done some stitching, I and some other stuff, so it's all good. Before I forget, McKenna from 1884 Stitchery had asked me, since I don't have my um, empty whiskey bottles with the Ort meter on the side of them, what I was using this year. And I answered her, but it's a milk bottle. I should have grabbed a bigger one. This is just what I had handy. I've got a bunch of them because Addison kept wanting the different flavors of milk, and I'm apparently too lazy to take them back to the store and get my cash deposit back. So I've got a bunch of them. Anyway, I guess we should just get to the stitching. I have been forgetting to show y'all this one for a long time. Solitude from Mystic Stitch. It is my oldest whip that I'm aware of. So I have, this is like a partial page here. You can see this is the width of the next page, but I'm pretty close to the bottom of that partial page. It comes down to about right here. So, and I think there's another row of pages under that. Anyway, I've hit where the fence is. So that's like right here. That's where that page is, I believe. So at least getting to something besides just all the tree. Although it's funny because, like, looking at it, you can see the trees in the background here. When I'm working on it, it's just all just mush. None of it means anything. So anyway, I have been working on it. I just always forget to show it because it has its own little spot. It doesn't stay with all of my other whips, so I don't think about it. From Leisure Arts, Christmas Journey. It's this one. This is a new start. I need to count up my starts at some point. I started in the middle, and this is greenery. It's right in here. So I'm doing this on a square of some kind of linen. Most of the time I do not know what I'm stitching on. Well, maybe not most of the time. A lot of the time, because I like to get on eBay and stuff and buy a lot, where it's just like, hey, here are all these pieces of fabric, because I like the whole looking at it and figuring out what I have and all of that stuff. It's the hunt. I worked on Friendship Bouquet by Paula Vaughn. If you're new here, I got a thing for Paula Vaughn. Got lots of them. This time I came and I did part of it's the side here by the screen door, coming up right here. And then I filled in this pink here and wherever it hit. I was talking to one of our clients who saw stuff that I have up at the office. I have the different months from Snowflower Diaries. She did each month thing, and I have the ones that I've FFO'd are sitting by the where my desk is. There's a big opening and a granite countertop, and it's sitting on there when people come in and I can talk to them. But she had noticed that, and I said, yeah, I have. I don't know, I said, I'm pushing 200 right now, one's going. And she goes, Why? Like, because I can't say no. I don't know why. Because I can. That works for me. Anyway, out of your welcome, if you're new here, it's the other thing I got a thing for. I'm working on this one, and I way overslept this day. When I woke up, it was 7:30. So I only had like 30 minutes to stitch before I had to get dressed. So all I did was there was like this much on these 3 rows, and that's what I got put in. But I got all of that part, so now it's going to be just the blue with the stars. So kind of excited that it's like I feel like I got somewhere. I had another new start. I'm sorry for the crinkling from my very nice bag. I do like the fancy bags. And I started this little doodle. I got these from McKenna at 1884 Stitchery. I was going to start this one, the Boo. That's what I had on my thing to start. And when I opened it, the pattern is not in there, which means there's nothing in me that believes it came that way. That means I have a drawer right here. I probably need to dig through that drawer because I'm certain I have pulled it out of there at some point. So I substituted and started the H for Halloween. Instead of stitching this little pumpkin, I'm just going to use this button. And if you've never dealt with the doodles, they don't give you color numbers. They just tell you, here, this is what you need. Like that one, black, purple, yellow, and a pumpkin color. And it tells you what size fabric, and you just go with it. I liked the green fabric in there, but I couldn't find any, which I was kind of surprised by. So I had this gray. It was pre-cut, a package. Flamingo Mills. I think this is stuff they used to carry at Target ages ago. I'm sure I got it online and part of something else. Anyway, that's what it is. It's 14 count Ada in a gray color. And I figured that would be okay. And so I started on the H. And like I said, now I got to look for... I should have a little folded up piece of paper with the cross stitch pattern somewhere. I worked on Fox and Rabbit. Is that what? Yes, Fox and Rabbit. This is, what does it say on there? 2020 Stitch Along. And I'm working on April's section right now, which is this one right here. Because that's how I roll. I'm keeping up. That's all I can say. I'm doing this one on an 18 count pewter Ada, and here we are. So I worked on this one right here. This time I got the rest of the urn finished off, flower pot, whatever, and then came up and started working on some of that. Ideally, I'd like to get all of that finished this month. Realistic Taryn knows that's probably not going to happen. But, oh well, it's good to have dreams, right? I worked on this one from Mill Hill. They're buttons and beads on the range, and here's where I'm at. I only did a little bit, I think maybe in here. Some days I feel like I'm moving in slow motion. I did work on my January Sweet stitching from Pine Mountain Designs. And I put in a little bit more white on the snowman, some of the gray coming down on this side, and the scarf and gloves on the person. I really should work harder at getting some of this done, but I just keep sleeping. When right now we work 10 to 12 hours a day on average. And so by the time that we get home and all of that stuff, I'm just tired and I don't want to get up. I'm just tired. This one, New Baby Sampler by Bobby Jean Designs. This is for Hallie's birth announcement. I'm not putting up here where it says new baby, and I'm not going to put the information here on the dresser drawers. I'll put it up here separately. She'll be 12 by the time I get this finished, but you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Abigail came home for a couple of weeks. Starting day 2, maybe day 3 after getting here. She's sick. So I'm sure she's glad she drove from Houston over here, spent 3.5 hours driving so that she could be sick here. Anyway, here we are on this. Today I worked on this one earlier today. I got the back stitching finished on the lamp, the ball, on the dresser. I back stitched on this pull, on this toy, and then I got the stitching in here underneath the white, came down here at one of the shading parts at the edge. There's more that comes here this way, and then filled in more blue on the dress. It's filled in pretty much down to there. So I felt like I actually got quite a bit accomplished today, so I'm not going to complain. Wouldn't matter if I did, right? And I think that's it for stitching. Where did I put them? I've been meaning to show y'all this forever. Cynthia at the Intuitive Stitcher sent me this book. It's one that her daughter wrote. So I thought that was pretty cool. I've kept it put away. When Ryan gets older and doesn't tear up books, then we'll read it. But for now, I keep it safe. But I've been meaning to show that to y'all. I thought that's a very sweet thing to do. And then Melanie at Melly Ellie Stitches sent me this because, look, welcomes and stitching and sewing. Yes, please. That's about perfect. She said it was on the freebie table at one of the retreats that she went to. And she saw it and knew that I had to have it. So, she's not wrong. She is not wrong. Let's see. I also have an FFO. So, I took my messed up cross-stitch chicken that I did the giant hexies, and I put it on a project bag. I thought that was pretty cute. And then I had another chicken that I had cross-stitched that was in my bin of shame, my box of shame, I guess. So I put it on here. So that kind of counts as 2 FFOs, right? And truth of the matter is, because this one is over on this side, I had intended to put this one over here, but obviously I did not. After I got it together, I was like, well, crap. I'm not changing it. But look at this fabric that I had that was absolutely perfect for inside of it too. So there you go. That counts. Like I said, that's 2 FFOs, right? It's got to be. No, I was pleased with it. I have a chicken that I need to put on here for the zipper pull. I do have a little chicken that I'm going to put on there too, but I just haven't done it yet. So I was pretty pleased. You know, for one, I FFO'd something, two things, and I actually just did it instead of letting it just bounce around in my head like usually happens. That's why this year's thing is just do it, because most of the time it just bounces around up here and I ignore it and move on. I'm trying to think if anything, if we've got anything fun and exciting going on. I don't think so. Like I said, it's just work, and we've still got some time for that to continue to go on. Here, I just saw this sitting over there. I do have these. I've made a whole bunch more hexies. I stitch these together at lunchtime. After I eat, I sit there and stitch a few together. So there you go. That's it. That's all of my excitement. All right. I guess I don't have anything else. I can't think of anything else. So I guess that's it for now. Thank you for the comments, the likes. Thank you for subscribing. For those of you who have, I appreciate it. And I think I've been doing better on responding to the comments. I hope so. And I guess we will see you next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.